So there, so there, so there your voice is. So there your voice is. So there your voice is. It's lunchtime. It's 14:02:32. 14:02:36. Reminds me of a basketball game in junior high school. Reminds me of a basketball game in junior high school. Can't get rid of the fading.
Non dá pra nada.
I'm doing my improvisation at the same time. You're on it.
But I saw John Adams' documentary about him, and one thing that I like very much, what he was saying, and I identify myself a lot with that, is that the moment we live right now is a moment where the style is not as important as the content. Now,
Right.
because after the war, everybody was so worried about the style had to be avant-garde, had to break the rules, blah, blah, blah. So it was dogmatic, you cannot write tonal music, blah, blah. So everybody was kind of tied to this. I have many friends, composers that were the professors at university wouldn't accept them to write tonal music. They couldn't, you know. It was like something wrong. So they were forced into a contemporary, but it's tied to the certain styles. And then what John Adams says, which I think is wonderful, is that those times have passed, and now the matter is not the style, the matter is the content, what you're talking about, and then you will borrow styles no matter what in order to tell the stories, in order to, you know, for instance, he does very interesting things. He did a Sherazade, a new Sherazade, you know, based on the woman nowadays. The idea of the you know, because Sherazade takes about this, you know, problems that the woman had at that time to be. And now, if you transport Sherazade today, how should it be? And what are the challenges today for a woman, you know? And then he borrows all the styles, can be very avant-garde, very different, very, and at the same time can be very tight. You know, it depends on the school, on the.
For instance, in order to, for instance, he does very interesting things. He did the Sherazade and new things. He did the Sherazade and interesting things. He did the Sherazade and
I really want to the idea of those paintings, but not be too obvious. Oh, this painting is this, but what the paintings are talking about. They're talking about loneliness, solitude, and not that, but solitude in the middle of town. People are surrounded by people, but they feel alone. You know, they don't talk. They stay. You know, they are in a collective ambient, but they are very lonely. So all those things, and also, but hope is not only that. You know, that idea of you know, I think I was showing her the shadow of the vibrant, the Drench. It's a very long shadow. It's like the time just stopped, you know. So he stretches this painting stretches the time, you know, makes it so long. That's so fantastic, you know.
Vai ficar muito bom. Vai dar certo. E casou assim, o piano é muito bom. Soa assim, muito. Piano is very good. I like it. It brings you so many possibilities, you know, to create and to stretch also, you know? Without sometimes the piano is wonderful, but it's not your friend. So.
There's the documentary with Nelson Freire. He plays in the piano in Brazil, and then he goes there. You see, he's very tense, and then the reporter comes to him and says, "What's the problem? The piano doesn't like me. You know, I don't know why. I didn't do anything to him. He just doesn't like me. I don't know what to do." Then the technician comes, and he says,
It's the piano, is everything okay?
But he doesn't like me. Someone would have told me that maybe the course of the key, it's a little bit longer on that piano. That's what he didn't like, because you played many times in that piano, right?
I choose always, when I play at Sala São Paulo, I choose the oldest piano.
Because of Nano?
I don't know. It's very interesting because they put every time the two pianos for me, and I don't know which one. It is. And all time I've chosen the same piano. In different years. I mean, 2 years later, yes, I chose the same piano. There's something, for sure.
Yeah. Yesterday, when he was trying the two pianos, I thought he would just pretend like, oh, maybe. He just like, no. She played 30 seconds. No, this one.
Yes.
Game over.
Yeah, we don't have time. I mean,
I thought you would like, just, because they put the two pianos there, you gave them a lot of work, and then you just.
The Steinway was chosen by Cedric Tiberghien.
ah,
He tried
okay.
lots of them, but he did choose this one. And the Fazioli comes from an older studio in Paris, which was Studio Davout. And he was played by many score recordings. And some composer did like this piano so much that when I was told that Davout was closing, I asked here, do you need another piano? Because there is one very good, which will be to sell at a very good price in a few months. And that's why the Fazioli is here today. So when Philippe Rombi comes here to record, he always wants to have the Fazioli. And some jazz piano player like it because he's very balanced for a Fazioli. He's not so exciting. This piano so much that when I was the Steinway project more, which is not the case. This piano so much that when I but this piano is this piano so much that when I
Tous les mercredis,
this piano so much that when I
depuis le Covid.
This piano so much that
Il est en train de mixer vos voix.
D'accord. This piano so much that when I
It's going to be famous.
This piano so much that when I this piano so much that when I
Ah, linda.
Non, ça c'est très important de toute façon.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle a dit?
Il y a...
Elle me demande pourquoi on a this piano so much that when I
Non, mas depois que você fez o bridal,
piano so much that when I
Agora, e aonde é que eu...
this piano so much that when I this piano so much that when I this piano so much that when I when I
Je suis une...
this piano so much that when I
parce que quelqu'un m'avait parlé de
this piano so much that when I
de fleurs de
this piano so much that when I
c'est à fleur d'acacia
this piano so much that when
ça a
I
un goût quand c'est cuit, ça a un goût de miel.
this piano so much that when I this piano so much that when I when I this piano so much that when I
Ah, parce que lui, il y a d'autres
this piano so much that when I
c'est un homme qui vient de
this piano so much that when I
musicien.
Alors l'orchestre ici, il enregistre la musique du film aussi.
this piano so much that when I
Et après, ici, je vais à Budapest pour faire un enregistrement avec l'orchestre là-bas de musique de film. J'ai tous les ans, depuis 12 ans, je crois. Chaque année, je viens ici à Budapest pour faire un enregistrement de ma musique et de musique de film.
Castellion. He's New Yorker. He was assistant of Adam Gilbert. This piano so much that when I he's here since 6 years. This piano so much that when I
Do you know
this piano so much that when
how do they charge here for
this piano so much that when I'm they charge for this piano so much that when I'm of music. This piano so much that I don't when have the exact Jean has it.
Okay, I'll ask him.
But it's a package, which means that you have the whole orchestra. So it's very interesting if you record a big symphonic score, because for 35 people it's not so interesting. But for a big symphonic score, it's very interesting. And you have the two rooms, so you can record the percussions in the other room.
Yeah,
or the horn in the other room.
Yeah, because I stopped recording percussion. Now use only samples for the percussion for films because
it's so much easier.
Yeah,
of course.
yeah. But for a long time I did them together. It's impossible.
But for big symphonic score,
they never get together because the position of the mics gets late, the sound
and they are late because they see the chip very far. So you can record. They need a rehearsal to go on the right gesture, and that we have no rehearsal.
Yeah.
So you can record the percussion. So you can record the percussion. Doing a thing like that for the Olympic ceremony. We're recording the music.
Who's writing the music?
You can record the percussion. A composer named Victor. So you can record the percussion. And there are lots of arrangements of all the French scores.
Yeah.
The other all the percussion. We had a lot of tutti to record with the percussion, and that's the most difficult for me because everybody knows how to play everything, and they are very good readers. But the percussion.
Yes.
The side. And what is very good is that you can record it there. He knows. That's always anticipating. The first take it's a mess, and the second take it's perfect. So thanks, he's very good. And the others do.
But you know what? I did a small recording years ago with the marimba, and I called a friend of mine. And when he was playing, said, always ahead of the time. Thank you for telling me that. It's because in the orchestra, we have to play ahead because the sounds come later because you're behind. So we accustomed to play everything behind. And then when you're recording on the click, that's a trouble, you know. And then you have to turn off the button because they're so accustomed to that. So that's why when Budapest the same thing, you know, they're playing together. The guy's thinking, oh, normal concert context. So once after like 5-6 recordings, the guy came to me for the same things. Just use the samples because you could never tell. Percussion is a sound is just by it's not a violin, so you could never tell the difference. And mix with the whole orchestra. It doesn't matter. So I bring the session with already there. But generally I use an orchestra. If I included the percussion, would be like 67 people. 12, 10, 8, 6, and then the flutes are there. The normal orchestra. So I use 63 because I don't have the 4 or 5 percussion, but that's the format. Because even there, to have 16 first violins doesn't work. The room is not. You could, but it's not effective. So I reduced to 12, 10, maybe. For me, I think it's already.
12 is already good.
Yeah.
I like 14, but 12 is already good. 12 is already good. Here it works. In Budapest, you work with which orchestra in Budapest?
Actually, because now they have a scoring Budapest, blah, 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 blah. But I don't use that. I use the old one since I started with which is the Budapest Symphony Orchestra.
C'est ça.
Yeah, because actually they did that because they have the actually the movie now, because I used to record at the radio, the old radio when I got there. I love the radio, but it's kind of heritage from the communism. So it's people that work there very old, so they were kind of slow. It's kind of difficult, but I love it all. But it didn't work so well. Then I moved to another room, which is nice. It's working okay with the younger people. It's okay, but what they have is, I think it's an American company went there. They really refurbished a studio, hired the best musicians from the Budapest Festival Orchestra, which is the best orchestra there, and they got everybody, the best ones, and they refurbished this studio. So it's much more expensive, you know, and I cannot afford. So I keep on with the Budapest Symphony, which is good because they are a real orchestra. They play together, so you have a sense of a group, different from the other one, which is everybody's very good, but not an orchestra. They just are in the session together. So, and for me, I think I conducted myself, and I'm not a conductor, but for my music, it's better this way because I have more time to prepare for the recording than the conductor. So between me and him, me prepared or him sight reading, I'd rather have myself, you know. So the conductor is very good producer, better than I am.
So you switch.
We switch. Because, you know, he listen, second, blah, 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 blah. So it's the best match.
It's quite
Huh? No, it's not bem. Pode pegar.
orchestra with Wolfgang Kochich, but it was very long time ago. I think it was I'm not sure it was a radio orchestra. It was a symphonic orchestra in Budapest. It was in this beautiful big room in the center, but I don't think it was a radio.
The radio, the walls were like wood like this. You wouldn't know. And there's a big metal sculpture on the side.
No, it's a quite modern hall with wood like this and blue, marine blue fabric.
I think you would remember.
Maybe I have it somewhere. And Zoltan passed now, but he was and the wiki.
I recovered many
musicians from the Budapest Festival Orchestra, which is the best orchestra, and they got everybody the best ones, and they refurbished the studio. Which is the best orchestra, and they got everybody the best ones, and they refurbished the studio.
And yet, if you walk closer, and yet if you walk closer, and yet, if you walk closer, you can start going down, 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 down.
You have the two rooms, so you can recall the percussion sound. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can recall the percussion sound. You have the two rooms. So you can
with every, 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 every. Every time the one who's coming contemplating insignificant marks, we are riding. What is my reaction? What is my hold? What is? Grace is ribbons. Ribbons are holding dynamite. That's what I need to see clearly. I want you to see clearly. Clear. Piano. Red ribbon. Red ribbon. Red ribbon. Red. Should not touch it. Red ribbons. Red. Ribbons. Red fire extinguisher. Red lights. You should be gone. Red stool. Stools. Stooling. Watching. Cheesing. Grace. Guilty. Gorgeous. My heart, my stomach is lined with gravel, said John Joshua Salamander Green. My heart is lined with prayers. My lines are landed with airplanes. My hands are filled with dirt. My chairs are filled with people, and my children are filled with sand. That's why they stay so long. My father is filled with music. The birds that are flying are filled with air. The trees are filled with sap. The chairs are filled with wood. The cushions are filled with feathers. The paper is filled with wood pulp. The buildings are filled with ideas. The lights are filled with reflections. The prayers are filled with plants. The plants are filled with hope. The hopes are filled with prayers like my tummy, stomach filled with stones. The lights have changed. No longer are you pink and green and red and yellow and blue. I moved again and the lights came back. Metal is filled with grease. The roads are filled with memories. Cars are filled with sex. Subways are filled with violence. Windows are filled with sand. The wind is filled with dust and rising bread. The ovens filled with insignificantness.
Do you remember the bagel store?
That I do. That store where you would press, roll, cut, boil, bake. And with a big wooden spatula, pull out those bagels and toss them in wooden boxes where they would squish each other, their hotness not allowing for defense against the weight of their brother on their heads. And those squished bagels were my favorite. Squished sesame, squished poppy seeds, squished cinnamon raisins, squished everything, squished onion. Orchestre national de France. International. Orchestre national de France. It doesn't make any sense. How can it be an orchestre national and then be related to one province? How can that be?
Let me find where that belongs. Where do we belong? Where do we belong now? Where do we belong? I don't know. Français, where do we belong? Where do we belong? Where do we belong? Where do we belong? Where, oh where, there or here, with you or me, where do we belong? Go, 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 go. Where, the sign. It's a sign. It's a sign.
Begin with the letter A.
It's a sign.
Therefore you can.
It's a
Begin
sign.
with the letter A. Therefore you can.
I'm A.
Begin with the letter A.
Albert.
Therefore you can.
Algiers.
Begin with the letter A.
Alberta.
Therefore you can. Begin with
Albuquerque.
therefore
Abyssinia. Abingdon. Armageddon. Arbroath.
Apple's
Abercrombie.
algorithm.
Aberdeen.
Everything's fine. Perfect. Ready. Open. Lunch. Done. Music. Sing. Hold. Smile. Fly. gently greet openly inside the future.